This place is a dump. If only there was something that took up approximately half this much space. What's up guys, my name's Tyler and welcome to another edition of the Lawn Review. Guys, as I've pretended to know more and more about what I'm doing in my lawn, I've had to add more and more tools and I haven't added more and more space. So that's why I'm really excited to give this Ego Power Plus multi-head tool system a go. Let's dive in and check it out. So guys, we're gonna talk about this Ego Head multi-tool system, the actual head itself, and then the different accessories that go with it. Talk about user experience of those and some of the attachments that I like most, and some of them that I would absolutely pass on because there are some that I thought I was gonna love and found out I did not love, and then there were some where I was pleasantly surprised. So we're gonna go through, I think I've got about 6 or 7 different attachments for this multi-tool system. So we're gonna dive into each, but first we're gonna cover the multi-head tool itself, the motor that powers all the attachments, and some of the nuances with that. But guys, really quick, because we've got 1,000 subscribers, we're able to monetize our channel now, which is awesome because of you guys. So with that, we're gonna be doing a monthly giveaway every single month. We're gonna be giving away a different tool. This month, we're giving away the Greenworks 80 volt blower. So if you are subscribed to the Lawn Review and you join our email list, which is the top pinned comment on this video, you'll be entered in to win that Greenworks blower itself. So make sure that you're subscribed to the Lawn Review and join our email list and you'll be entered to win. So taking a look at the cog that spins the wheel is the Ego multi-head tool itself. This tool is obviously powered by their 56 volt series. You have a couple different options. There's some versatility here. You can conserve a little bit of battery by throttling it down to this 1, or if you need to really power through, you can switch it up to 2. So this is what 1 sounds like. And if I go up to 2, it's like. So you can hear a little bit of difference in power output. But there's a safety as well right here. So there's a variable speed trigger. But none of that works unless you push down this trigger, which is really nice because I bumped this a whole bunch while I was using it. So to add the different attachments, it's honestly really easy. You see there's a little arrow right here. And then typically on these attachments, there's a yellow arrow right here. So you just want to match those two up. But you do have to press down this silver button right here when you slide it in. And then boom, it locks in. But if you didn't press the silver button, it kind of gets hung right there. So there's some sort of latching mechanism inside of this tube. So you really have to push that down and then push it in. And then as added security, just this green little swivel, you just spin it right here and it'll tighten down the pole onto the attachment itself. So just another added layer of security so you're not dropping these attachments out of here. So guys, the multi-tool head itself takes every kind of 56 volt battery you can throw at it. A 2.5 I think is the lowest, up to 10. I've got the 5 amp hour battery that came with the 765 CFM blower. So when I'm done blowing or I want to use the same battery for this power head, you just slide it on here and it'll click into place. And then to remove the battery, you just press down on this little green tab right here and it releases and you pull it right out. So if you want to buy this multi-tool head, just the tool itself, no battery, no attachments or anything, it's going to run you about 149 to 169 bucks depending on where you buy it. So now that we've talked about the multi-tool head attachment itself, kind of what powers this wheel of tools, now I'm going to go into each individual tool and let you know what I like most about each. There are some that I would certainly pass on and some that I was pleasantly surprised with. So guys, just running through this list of attachments, you have a cultivator, you have a chainsaw attachment, an edging attachment, a string trimmer attachment, a hedge trimmer attachment, snowblower attachment. All these tools are able to be used on this single multi-tool head, saving you tons of time, money, and a whole lot of hassle storing these things. And this is not the complete list of tools. There's actually a pole extender, so if you've got some hard to reach areas specifically for that pole saw or even the hedge trimmer, you can extend this by another 10 inches. There's an attachment for that. And there's also a power brush attachment, which I really wanted, but it is for like clearing out grass or clearing off surfaces that you need to have really clean. I could envision using that to clear out gravel and things like that from grass. So there's an attachment there as well. All in all, there's about 8 or 9 different attachments that you can use with this 56 volt Ego multi-tool head. So the edging attachment was the attachment I was most excited about when I got this tool. An edger is something that I'm never gonna go out and buy just on its own. They're pretty expensive, particularly a gas powered one. So the fact that Ego puts an edging attachment on this, I was like, heck yeah, this is almost worth it alone because I can get a string trimmer and an edger all in one. So I was really excited about this edger. It does have an 8-inch blade on there, so it does get down pretty deep. And when I was using this at first, I was like, I'm not getting a cut at all. You know, obviously I didn't read the instructions, but you can adjust the depth of the cut with this green little knob right here, and it will rotate on this little axis right here that adjusts the depth. I just had to crank it down like that because obviously I haven't edged in a while, so this was the one that right when I got out of the box, I was like, well, I'll test on this one. Easy to use. This is honestly one of my favorites thus far. So just like the edger, I was really excited about this string trimmer attachment. Again, I referenced it right before. The 2 of these in one is really awesome. The fact that you're able to interchange the 2 super easily. Yeah, there's some gas powered tools that you can change, but I've really never come across one that's quite as simple as this one. You just twist that little green thing and pull it right out. But this string trimmer or weed eater attachment, whatever you want to call it, operates just exactly like any other standard weed eating attachment, which is great. It's just a bump feed, so when you need more string, you just pound that down and you know, the centrifugal force pulling on these strings pulls out more string for you. Operates, you know, standard. I will say that the fan on this one is super narrow, so if you're worried about throwing rocks at all, it's probably gonna protect you, but probably not a whole lot else other than that. I'm used to a bigger head, and honestly, I usually take off this shield anyway, because I like to see exactly what I'm doing. I wear safety goggles usually, but I usually take this off, but just for demonstration purposes, I left it on. And you know, if too much string comes out, just like any other string trimmer head, this will cut out. But honestly, I will say that I had a little bit of difficulty getting this to feed out more string. I really had to bang it down to get that coming out of there for whatever reason. But this is an attachment that I would absolutely not pass on. So the Cultivator attachment is another one of those attachments that I thought, no way that this Ego multi-head puts out enough power to cultivate anything with this. And I will say I was pleasantly surprised with this one. This one, along with one that I'll cover here in just a second, were one of the 2 that I was most surprised about. Thought, no way that's gonna work. My granddad has one of these that is from like the 1960s or something, and I loved it, but even that didn't do a great job cultivating some of these beds that I put in the back. So I thought there's no way one that isn't gas powered, that's attached to a multi-tool head is gonna do anything. But as you can see, this actually throws quite a bit of power and it cultivates pretty well. My wife and I have a raised garden bed in the back that I haven't tilled up in a long time. So this was a much needed attachment and a much needed tool on my end. If you do wind up running over something like a root or something that you need to pull out, you just pull out the little pin right here, and you can slide these Cultivator attachments off of here and clean it out really well. So it operates kind of the same way as that brush attachment that I don't have. They just basically spin around on the edge of that thing in a constant, you know, twirl or whatever. So there is some ability to take it out and clean it if you need to. So this is one of the MVPs of the multi-tool kit itself, the entire thing. This is one that I was like, holy cow, I did not see that coming. And guys, the chainsaw attachment or pole saw attachment, whatever you want to call it, this is the one that I was honestly most excited about. This is a 10-inch chain. I thought, perfect. I've got a steel chainsaw that is an absolute beast to get started. So if I can just pop this thing in and get to limit up some of these trees, especially back behind my house, I was really excited to use this. I will say that this requires something like a mechanical engineer's degree to put together. I put together my steel chainsaw easy. This one, there's not a lot of different fittings. It's pretty simple, but something wrong with the balance of the bar and chain, or maybe I'm an idiot, and you can throw it in the comment section how I can do that easier. But I had an absolute bear of a time putting this together. It, no joke, took me about an hour. And I would show you how to take it apart, but I don't want to have to go through that again. So you have one of these little hex nuts, and you can take this off to change or tighten the chain itself. There's a tensioner attachment in here, or a tensioner screw rather, sorry, right in here, that allows you to adjust the tension on the chain itself. It kind of pushes out the bar if you need more tension, or takes it in if you've got too much tension and it's not spinning on its own freely. But then it also has some teeth right here if you need to bear down and really grind up the top of, or the bottom of a limb or something like that, or a bounce back. Bar and chain and all those, the different fittings are designed by Oregon, so you know it's gonna be good, but I really struggled with this one. I'm not gonna take it apart because, again, it took me forever to put it together. And also keep in mind, it did not come with oil when I bought this, so make sure that you just have some bar and chain oil handy if you wanna get this done, like you're excited to be able to use this. Just go ahead and go to Home Depot or even on Ego's website or Lowe's, wherever you buy this, make sure that you've got some chain oil on hand as well. But this is one of those attachments that, if I'm being completely honest with you guys, this is one that I don't know that I would buy again. So guys, right off the bat, after I've used this multi-tool, I've used every attachment, obviously, but the snowblower. The one that I have been most pleasantly surprised with, and honestly is probably my favorite attachment with this multi-tool head, is this hedge trimmer. They absolutely dominated when they put this one out. There's a lot of functionality in terms of the angles that you can cut with. If you want to change the angles, there's this green little handle right here. You just press it in and then you can obviously adjust the angle. So if you're cutting up something tall and you want to take off the top of it like that, you can change it like this. Or if you want to get down underneath something, you can go to like this, or you know, you could just flip it over, but whatever. And if you want to like just poke at something, you can cut it at a full, you know, wide open, completely wide open. But I will say the reason I like this so much is it has a really good weight to it. And this is a kind of job when I'm hedge trimming, I don't want something light that I'm getting bounced around when I hit a hard limb or something. This has weight to it. And it has a rubber handle here too. So I've got a lot of control when I'm cutting and limbing around with this because of the weight. It feels like it's cast iron or something along those lines. It's cast in something and super strong. This has been my favorite attachment so far. I love this thing. So guys, the snowblower attachment or snow thrower, whatever you want to call it, I don't really see myself using this a whole lot living in Nashville, Tennessee, but I will say that last year we did have quite a bit of snow that dominated us for about a week. So it was really tough going out and getting mail and things like that because our sidewalk was so slick, completely frozen. But if I had had this guy last year, I'm sure it would have helped me a ton. There is some functionality here with this tool. It doesn't just strictly throw snow. You can actually change the way that it does throw snow, like the direction. If you can see on this video, I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but you can decide whether you want to throw it left or throw it right, depending on which pass you're making. I will say that I am going to make a trip this winter. I've been collecting snowblower tools throughout the year, and I will make a trip up north where I absolutely have to throw snow if Nashville doesn't get any snow. So make sure you're subscribed to the lawn review so you don't miss out on that video as well. It's going to be a blast road trip just strictly for the lawn review. So guys, at the lawn review, would we recommend this Ego Power Plus multi-tool head? 100% absolutely yes. There's about 6 of the 8 attachments I would recommend. I would definitely recommend you get the pole extender because I can see if I'm using the pole saw or even if I'm using the hedge trimmer, there's going to be some situations, especially as my landscaping matures, that I'm going to want to get up to the top of stuff that I'm not going to feel safe using a ladder for. So I would absolutely get that pole saw attachment. The other attachments that I would recommend would obviously be the edger and string trimmer. Those two are like an absolute given. I would recommend the hedge trimmer. That was my favorite one, and the cultivator. The pole saw, really think about that one if you want it, because like I said, it requires a good bit of putting together. It took me about an hour to put that tool together. And then the snowblower, I really can't recommend that one because I haven't tried it yet. It looks like it works fine, but until I actually try this and let you guys know exactly what I think, I'm not going to recommend it. But like I said, I am taking a trip up north this winter to test this itself. I'm obviously going to bring this tool along with me, so I'll be able to provide a better recommendation then. And obviously, if you live down south or something like that, Florida or Texas or Louisiana, or you'll probably never need the snow blowing attachment. Guys, make sure you're checking out the lawnreview.com. Again, that's our mothership. That's the meat and potatoes. That's where you're going to find a full, in-depth written review on every single attachment, going into as much detail as you could possibly want on each different attachment on our website. So again, check out thelawnreview.com. We'll throw it in the video description for a direct link to the website. So like I said in the beginning of this video as well, we have started a giveaway, a monthly giveaway. We're gonna give a free product away every single month because we hit 1,000 subscribers. We are now monetized and we can afford that. So we're gonna buy a different tool and ship it out to you guys free of charge every single month. In order to be entered into the giveaway every single month, all you have to do is subscribe to the Lawn Review and then join our email list. Our email list, a direct link to join our email list is gonna be in the top pinned comment on this video. So make sure you subscribe and join that list. Guys, thanks so much for checking out this week's video. If you liked what you saw or have any questions at all, make sure you throw those questions or any sort of feedback at all in the comment section. Comments and likes really help us. It helps grow our audience, tells YouTube's algorithm or so that people like it. Guys, until next time, keep cutting. We'll see y'all again.